The Galactic Council had classified Earth as a Category 3 world, sentient species with limited technological capability, presenting minimal threat to cosmic stability. Humans were considered quaint, perhaps even charming in their primitive ways. The Volari scientists who'd been studying Earth from their cloaked orbital station had come to enjoy the curious species and their peculiar habits. Commander Trell reviewed the latest report with mild amusement. These humans had only recently developed rudimentary space travel. Their political systems remained fragmented, and they still fought amongst themselves over resources and ideology. How could such beings pose any threat to superior civilizations? Another, request for first contact consideration, Trell huffed, tossing the datapad onto his desk. These observation teams always get attached to their subjects. Lieutenant Mira, his second-in-command, picked up the pad. The research team makes compelling points about human ingenuity and adaptability. Every researcher thinks their pet species is special, Trell replied dismissively. What's different about these ones? They've progressed from primitive flight to orbital capabilities in less than a century. That's unprecedented. Fast learners, certainly, but technological aptitude doesn't equate to civilization readiness. The conversation might have ended there if not for the blaring alert that suddenly filled the command center. Proximity breach, an officer shouted. Unknown vessel on intercept course. Trell rushed to the main view screen. Impossible. No Earth vessel should have been able to detect their station, let alone approach it. Yet there it was, a crude but functional spacecraft of human design. How? He demanded. Unknown, Commander. They're hailing us. Open the channel, Trell ordered, straightening his uniform. First contact was happening whether he approved or not. The screen flickered to life, revealing a human male in what appeared to be a military uniform. His face was weathered, eyes unnervingly calm. This is Captain James Walker of the Earth Defense Force. We've been aware of your presence for some time. We request formal dialogue. After hasty consultations with Central Command, the human delegation was permitted aboard. The diplomatic team included scientists, linguists, and military personnel, including Captain Walker and a squad of soldiers who moved with disciplined precision. The discussions progressed smoothly initially. The humans were respectful if direct. They sought knowledge, technology exchange, and recognition in the galactic community. During a recess in the formal talks, Lieutenant Mira found herself in conversation with one of the human soldiers, a quiet man named Marcus who stood apart from his colleagues. Curious about human military structure, she asked about his specialization. I'm what you might call reconnaissance, Marcus replied, his voice soft but carrying an unexpected weight. I find paths where others see only obstacles. Your unit seems well-trained, Mira observed, though our intelligence suggests human military capabilities are quite limited compared to other species. Marcus smiled slightly. We make do with what we have. Humans are good at that, turning disadvantages into strengths. How so? We call it embracing the suck, he explained. When conditions are terrible, when hope seems gone, we find something inside that keeps us moving forward. Mira's translation device struggled with the idiom. Embracing the discomfort? It's more than that, Marcus said. It's finding comfort in misery, finding strength when you've hit rock bottom. The conversation shifted to combat experiences. Mira described Volari tactical approaches, careful, calculated, with overwhelming technological advantage. Marcus listened politely. What about humans? She asked. How do you approach conflict? Marcus considered this. We try to avoid it. But when pushed, yes? When truly cornered, humans fight differently than your simulations probably predict. We've had practice fighting superior forces throughout our history. And yet you've survived, Mira noted. We know what the end tastes like, Marcus said simply. I don't understand. The taste of defeat, of desperation, of knowing you might not survive but fighting anyway. His eyes met hers. Most species with your technological advantages never experience that taste. We've had it in our mouths for much of our history. Something in his calm delivery sent a chill through Mira. And this helps you? When you know what the end tastes like, you're not afraid of it anymore. And that makes humans dangerous. Marcus smiled again, but it didn't reach his eyes. We hope for peace, but we prepare for everything else. Later, when reporting this exchange to Commander Trell, Mira couldn't quite convey the unsettling effect of the humans' words. They're just trying to appear more formidable than they are, Trell dismissed. A common tactic among lesser species. But over the following days, the Volari Intelligence Division began uncovering troubling patterns in Earth's history. Outnumbered forces prevailing against overwhelming odds. Technological innovations born from desperation. The terrifying speed with which humans adapted enemy technology and improved upon it. And most disturbing, their capacity to endure suffering that would break most sentient species. On the final day of negotiations, Captain Walker presented their formal request for alliance status, a request that, according to protocol, species at Earth's development level had no right to make. Your civilization hasn't proven its stability, Commander Trell explained. The standard observation period is another century minimum. Walker nodded understandingly. We respect your protocols, but we're also aware that 3 predatory civilizations have established monitoring posts in our solar system. The command center fell silent. That information was classified at the highest levels. We don't seek conflict, Walker continued, but we've detected their weapon systems. If they're planning what we think they're planning, he left the implication hanging. What exactly are you proposing? Trell asked carefully. Partnership now, or dealing with whatever remains of humanity after we've defended ourselves? And Commander, Walker's eyes held the same unsettling calm as Marcus's had. You won't like what remains. 3 days later, Earth was reclassified as Category 1, emerging power requiring immediate diplomatic engagement. In his final report, Commander Trell wrote, "They know what the end tastes like, and that knowledge has made them something we never anticipated. Not just survivors, but victors who have never forgotten hunger."